What's up, family? Welcome back to another episode of the DAG Life podcast here at the DNAGLR Group in San Diego, where we talk about everything real estate related and beyond. We like to showcase everyone that's a part of the family here. And today I have a very special guest, one of the closest friends of mine on the team, a very special character and a very incredible guy, Mr. Ryan McCall.
Wow, thank you, dude. Hello, everyone. Thanks for the intro.
Yeah, man. I'm super pumped to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm pumped to be here.
Yeah, Mr. Mighty McCall. We'll get into that in a little bit, but I'm super stoked. We're about to put some things on blast. Obviously, talk about your journey into real estate, your life behind the scenes, and kind of how everything is going with you right now, and a lot of things to come. So, if you can please do so kindly, introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Mr. Ryan Mighty McCall.
Yeah, hello, everyone. I'm Ryan McCall. I have been an agent here for 4 years, 2020. Yeah.
How long have you been in real estate overall?
I've been in the game for over 7 years, and I initially started real estate. Thank you for asking. I was actually knocking on doors selling solar.
Okay.
And
The ground and pound game?
Yeah, knocking on doors. There was a home for sale. There's a guy outside. I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, what are you selling? Solar. And he's like, see this house? House behind me? I'm gonna make $18,000 on it. I was like, what the? And he's like, in fact, I'm double ending it. I was like, wow, $36,000? He's like, yeah, basically sold over the weekend. And I was like, holy shit. He gives me his card, steps into his Maserati. He says, come to my office hours. It could change your life. And steps into his Maserati, burns around the corner. And I'm like, I'm going to that fucking meeting.
It's like a scene out of fucking Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
With Leo and Jonah Hill. And he's like, you show me fucking $70,000 check right now, I'll quit my job right fucking now.
Exactly. And I go to the meeting and shout out to Robert Rivera, my guy. And he became my mentor for 3 years and, taught me a bunch, taught me a lot. And then, so I was, up in Orange County for 3 years selling real estate and decided to move to San Diego, made the jump, found DAG, and dang, my life totally changed. So yeah. It's been a lot of fun.
It's funny, right? I think oftentimes you look at like those small significant times, well, not small, those significant times in our lives, which there are only a few occurrences that really just kind of change the course of our entire lives. Obviously, meeting that Mr. Rivera, right? Obviously, moving down to San Diego. So prior to moving down to San Diego, what exactly made you want to move here in the first place, originally from Orange County?
My sister lived down here, and my other best friend lived down here, and he went to UCSD for some time, and I would visit. And he's like, every time I'd visit, we'd go to Kate Sessions and PB, and we were overlooking San Diego. And I was like, wow, this place is incredible. Amazing. People are amazing. They're so friendly, so diverse, come from all walks of life. And he's like, bro, you got to move here. And I was like, you know what?
You're fucking right.
You're right.
Yeah.
So I set a goal. It was like, I was just like, okay, this time next year, I don't know how, but I will be in San Diego. I threw it out in the universe, and then stars aligned.
And they always do.
And by that time, the following year, came up on some money, closed some deals, and I was like, peace out.
Peace out, OC.
Yeah. And I U-hauled the thing, hitched up my car, and I was just sailing into the sunset, going to San Diego.
Straight out of the movie.
Yeah. I had my like pet fish like in my cup holder, and I'm like, arm out the window, just like sailing into the sunset. And so it was the dream for sure.
Still in San Diego.
Now I'm still in San Diego, and yeah.
That's amazing, dude. Similar stories, right? So like obviously I'm from New Jersey, right? Obviously East Coast. What up? I just moved to Vegas back in January 2016, and I went there and I told the guy that brought me from Jersey to Vegas with him. I said, Howard, listen, Howard Weiss, my very first like true mentor in terms of like business. So shout out to you, changed my life. Told him, I was like, hey, I'm coming out there for XYZ. It's a 3-year plan. It's a pit stop. I want to get to Cali. That's it. And honestly, in late 2017, early 2018, I was actually looking at moving back to the East Coast. Met someone, things changed, those plans kind of defaulted, right? And then I was like, all right, I'm staying in Vegas for a little bit, kind of see where it goes. She introduced me to San Diego, and I was like, whatever it takes, I'm moving to San Diego by the end of the year. Stars aligned. 8 months later, obviously come from hospitality background, so 8 months later, the Hard Rock downtown San Diego recruited me out here from Vegas, and it was a perfect storm of like us both wanting to get out to Cali, and ended up with 2 years and 11 months from time living in Vegas to getting to California. So I hit my goal of 3 years or less, and again, stars aligned, and it worked out perfectly for me.
I love it.
So
Yeah.
it's I love having conversations about everyone's journey and everyone's story.
Yeah.
In terms of like transitioning from what you were doing even before solar and getting into real estate now being in it 7 years, what would you say was the hardest part about transitioning, along with moving to a city that you never lived in?
Yeah. The transition from another job into real estate is what you're saying? Yeah. It was fucking hard. It was
Taxing, right?
yeah, this is the part that makes you cry, right? I just said I'm gonna go all in on real estate because I knew that I could if I believed in myself and my abilities, and I knew if I gave something 110%, I wasn't gonna fail. How can you fail? So I said, okay, I'm gonna go all in, but you pay the price in the beginning. So I was sleeping on the ground. I was sleeping on the floor in somebody's kitchen for a few months. No money. I was trying to put some change together to pay for 2 for $4 chorizo burritos at Del Taco. Just like trying to put a couple bucks in your gas tank so you can, get to this real estate. I was an ISA at the time, and so I wasn't even licensed, and I was like committed. Um,
You burned the ships. You were like, it's plan A, there's no plan B, it's this or nothing.
exactly.
And you went through the waves of emotions and challenges and trials and tribulations to get to where you could get to.
100%. So I mean, it comes. One, you got to take massive action, and you have to be willing to sacrifice everything, like everything.
And you also need to have tough skin, and you need to be very okay with rejection.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. That the beginning of rejection. I mean, I guess I came from solar, so the first door that I ever knocked on, I like stage fright. It was like deer in the head. Like I was like, blah, 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 like I forgot my name, I forgot my company, I forgot why I was there, what I was, and like, and each door you got a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, and then I hit 100 doors that day, and like, almost about like the last door, maybe not, like maybe the 50th door. I was like, hey, you ever had thoughts on solar? They're like, yeah. Or you ever thought about solar? Like, yeah, we've been thinking about getting it. I was like, oh shit, I don't know what's next after this. Like, I didn't expect you to say yes. And then it was like light bulb. I was like, I don't even have to be good at this. I just have to like right time, right place. If I knock on enough doors, I'll get someone who's been thinking about whatever I'm selling.
Right, and it comes with everything, right? It's a numbers game. One, it's repetition, and it's consistency, and it comes with the discipline for all three of those to really obviously make it happen. Now, real estate's a game where you don't fucking get it right away. No one does. It never happens. If you tell me you get into real estate and you get it right away, I'll tell you a fucking liar. Because that's a fact, right? It's obviously one of those games where you need to level up, and it's a relationship game. It's not just fucking sales, it's relationship and how you can cultivate those relationships to turn into an actual business. Right. Instead of being at a car dealership where it's transactional and you never see the person ever again.
You're already not off to a great start because if you say you're in real estate and you're brand new, people already want to know how many deals you've done, because if you've done no deals, they won't do a deal with you because they don't trust you, or they don't think that you'll have the expertise to get it done or represent them properly. So it's an uphill battle. It's quite a grind. My first 3 years, I grinded my ass off, and I did all right. I did about one deal a month, which is really spectacular for your first 3 years. Yeah. And so, but yeah, you got to kind of claw your way out. And when I moved to San Diego, found DAG. This is what happened was I was like, okay, I dude, I was door knocking. I was 9 o'clock for 2 hours of power, 9 to 11 every day, cold calling, triple dollar every single day. Set that appointment, and then if I had showings 1 o'clock, I would go on those showings. If I didn't, I'm door knocking 3 to 5 or 2 to 5, every single day, and it was just keep that pipeline strong, low hanging fruit, and all of that equals one deal a month. If you're lucky. Yeah. So I moved to San Diego. I was like, I want some online Zillow leads. I don't want to door knock anymore or cold call at all. I want my phone to ring. And met Dean and Afro and Dag Life, and they really changed my life.
I think they've changed all of our lives, right?
Yeah,
In one way or another, whether it's business, professionally, or like even personal, especially like development. I can speak to myself is they've been there and they've been two of the most important people in my personal life outside of business. And I think we all have our own way of obviously appreciating what the team has provided for us or has allowed for us and given to us. So in terms of like coming to DAG, right? Everyone, I'm biased. I'll always admit that I'm biased. It's DAG's all I've known since I've been in real estate. I've never had any inkling of wanting to leave or looking or giving a fuck about what else is out there because I don't need it. I know what I have and the grass is never greener. So like obviously I'm set, right? A lot of people, most people here think that. So in terms of like finding DAG and obviously meeting Dean and Aphrodite, what was it outside of leads? What was it that Ryan the person was looking for to really kind of feel at home that where you met them and you're like, this is where I need to be?
I was really like, I came here and I interviewed a bunch of teams, and like, I was so impressed with like the delegation and organization of Dean's like interview process. So that was impressing for one. And it wasn't real. I mean, I didn't know much about the culture. But I was kind of flexing a little bit. I was like, you're not interviewing me. I'm interviewing you. Like, it's that I want to work for you. Do I want to work for you? You tell me.
Typical Mighty McCall.
I knew I wanted. Anyways, I joined the team, and that was the best part. Was I came in hothead, Orange County. I shouldn't say that. OC guy. Okay, that's me, right? Like I'm just, and I was, confident, flexing, and Dean was like, this fucking guy, dude. He's like, this guy thinks he's hot shit, bro. Like we're gonna, he might be good at door knocking, cold calling. Let's just say I had a lot of bad habits, and I came off very telemarketing, and Dean kind of removed that and rewired my brain to actually care about your clients and your people. And since then, my business absolutely exploded. Went from 10 deals, about one a month a year, to 26 deals, and I was like, oh my god, right? Like it's just the moment do that amount in volume, and you're always in escrow through the whole year. You're constantly employed. It's just like I made it. You didn't actually, but like
You get a taste of it.
oh my god.
And then you know what it takes to really kind of compound that interest into, okay, now I know how to run an actual business because I've been doing it in longevity now. And it just, again, consistently takes you to the next level.
Yeah, I just can't like thank Dean and Dag and the whole team enough for totally changing my life.
Yeah, and I think we can all echo that, right? Even for people that have just joined the team recently, is you will echo that when the time comes because obviously you still have to kind of see it and transpire for itself. So in terms, a lot of challenges, right? It's a hard game to get into. You had a hard road, hard path. There was a lot of learned lessons along the way. What would you say is the most important lesson you've learned so far in real estate?
I've discovered that relationships matter, and like to actually care about people.
Why does that sound like a douchebag? Because the realtors that make it the right way, it's a relationship business. If you don't have that component and factor, you will fucking lose in the long run.
Yeah, I just feel embarrassed because I didn't care for people, and now I do, and I feel bad for that guy.
Yeah, well, another obviously, and again, right? We all grow, right? Life's about growing and evolving.
Yeah.
3 years ago, the man I am today is not the man I was 2 years ago, given a lot of things that have happened in my life. But again, we go through certain waves of life to learn and grow and evolve. Because if not, then we're always stuck in the same place. And the one thing we always talk about is those realtors, especially where it's like, I've been doing this for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. The fuck you do,
Red
because
flag.
shit is not the same as it was back in 1980, Bob.
The moment you tell me how long you've been in the business, I'm like
Completely turned on.
red flag.
Yeah.
That means you don't know what you're doing.
100%.
If that's the card you're playing, then that's all you got. Like, you don't know what the hell.
Because that's a typical realtor that likes to have a rift, right?
Yeah,
Instead of
yeah.
the alignment and synergy,
Yeah.
because that's the way the game of real estate is played these days, at least the way it's done the right way, right? So
Right, yeah.
long journey,
Yeah.
long process. Ryan Mighty McCall 7 years ago, completely different fucking person.
Yeah. So let me say it this way. The deals come and go. It's the relationships that you build with the people who live and work in the community that matter.
100%. And the ones that last, because it's a longevity play, right? It's like from the Sandlot, right? What's that one phrase, one saying by Babe Ruth? Heroes get remembered, but legends never die.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little spiciness. I love that,
Heroes
dude.
get remembered,
But
legends never die.
never, and I think it's important to remember, in one way, shape, or form, we are changing people's lives, whether it's for the short term, long term, or their generational wealth. And I think a lot of people lose sight of the fact that you are literally changing the course of someone's history,
Right.
or at least advising and
Right.
helping on that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, used to just treat him like a number, just get him in. But now it's like, I'm with you, by your side, and oh my God, what an honor it is to you're allowing me to be part of this experience. This is huge. This is huge. The fact that you can afford to buy a house, that's hard enough in today's world, right?
And now we're in San Diego.
Yeah, like it's just okay. And now you're letting me be part of this. This is like going to be a life changing. This is going to change your life. And so, what an honor! I'm so happy and feel so blessed. And yeah, it's really like I have a heart now.
Yeah.
I could cry about it. So it's cool. It's a lot of fun.
That's awesome, man. And obviously, we've grown a super close friendship over the 3.5 years that I've been with Dag. He's one of the closer people on the team. And obviously, we have our fun nights out, karaoke, and so on and so forth that we'll leave for another time. But in terms of where you're at now in your journey and kind of where you got to, like looking ahead at the rest of 2024, whether it's personal business, what are some things that you're excited about? Whether it's life, whatever that looks like for you.
I'm excited to make a lot of money. That's it. No. Yeah. But what am I excited about? Everything. It's just like so much that it's hard to really like.
There's a lot. Obviously, you got a lovely lady at home. We all love her. Sid, part of the team.
Yes.
2 little pups.
Yeah.
What are some things that you guys are kind of looking forward to, whether it's the rest of you guys got anything planned? And I know something that you're looking to get into, eventually is some investments yourself.
Getting into flipping, wholesaling, flipping houses. What I love is to acquire a property, rehab it, and then bring that flipped property back to the team to hold open. That's really like what I'm mainly excited about and focused on right now is acquiring fixers, rehabbing them, flipping them, and providing resources to the team.
Which is opportunistic for you because you do have a lot of investor-heavy clients, which is great.
That's what I look forward to. It's just you kind of start with your friends and family, and then you move into Zillow, and then you just kind of now we're going back into investments, and then developments. I mean that's really huge. Like that's big. That's like big leagues, right? So
And it's one of those life-changing things. I'm working on a couple pretty insane things right now. One becoming equity ownership of a hotel up in Big Bear. So obviously, like when it comes to the play,
Yes.
when it comes to the play in real estate, there's a lot of opportunity, and it's really a matter of starting. Right? It's not about when; it's about when you have the circumstance that allows you to start.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, that's part of the process in a whole, right? So Ryan McCall, now in your journey of 7 years in real estate, looking back at Ryan McCall at 18 years old,
Mm-hmm.
fun Ryan McCall, playing college baseball. If you could look back and little 18-year-old Ryan was here right now, and you can say, "Son, listen up. You got one piece of advice to give him for the rest of his life. What would that be?"
I would say relax.
Love it.
I would say just relax and enjoy the ride. You know, I grew up playing baseball, and I made all these goals to be the best shortstop in the league. It was like Sunset League, D1 at the time, and I never took a day off, not one day. And then after practice, all the kids go home, and I still have my coach hitting a whole bucket of ground balls to me. And we ended up we ended up going to the CIF championship, playing at Dodger Stadium. And so here I am at shortstop, senior year. I'm like, hard work paid off. I made it, right? And peaked in high school. Peaked in high school, by the way. Yeah, shortstop.
A lot of people.
Shortstop, Dodger Stadium. I'm like putting the dirt in my pocket and saving the grass, putting it all in a jar, stuff. So, but and then transitioning that mindset, like working hard, never take a day off. I've really applied all those principles to my business, and that's really how I've become so successful. Is just that discipline, the hard work ethic. You might be, more well off than me. You might be more talented than me,
But you'll never fucking win.
but you will not outwork me, baby.
Never.
And I will eventually pass you by.
I fucking love it, right?
Yeah, and that comes with a price.
Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. That's it.
That comes with a fucking price, and I paid the price. So, to the point where I was sacrificing my health to get this done, and I injured myself, back injury. That's been last 2 years of recovery, and so looking back at it now, was it worth it? And I asked myself that, and the answer is absolutely, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Got to get it to get it, right?
Yeah, but I would just, I would just say, just enjoy the ride. Yeah, like just
Control you can.
you don't forget to have fun.
Yeah. Don't forget to live life.
Yeah.
Don't get so busy trying to build a life that you forget to live it, right? And that's one thing that I've had to focus on the last couple of years with some life changing events, and I promised myself coming into 2024 that life was about living this year, and it's been an amazing year so far. So definitely have a lot to look forward to. One thing that I do want to bring up, because we talk about it a lot here at DAG life, the whole family. It's something that we're big on. Dean and Aphrodite. It's something. It's their baby, right? So we talk a lot about legacy, and legacy means something different to everyone, right? Everyone has their own take on it. And you look down the road at the end of the day, when all is said and done, when more is done than what's said for you in your life, long down the road, what does Ryan McCall want to be remembered for? What do you want your legacy to be?
I'm just trying to get rich quick. See you at the top.
Short distance from point A to point
Fuck
B.
you, fuck you. You're cool.
Fuck you, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get my mansion on the beach, bro. Chill,
Just trying to be able to wake up one day and just be able to say I made it.
Yeah, no. I couldn't help myself. You set me up too easy. Like I just gotta have it. I want to be remembered for being giving. I want to have so much money that I could be like, you need money? Here you go. Like, not like in a weird way where people like start leeching and stuff, but I've seen where money has controlled people and has eventually led to divorces, and people won't buy avocados if they're $4 too expensive. I see how money can easily can control people, relationships, entire families. And so I just I want to control money and not have it control me to the point, and I want my entire family to not have to be stressing about money. Do you want? I got plenty. Here, have some. We're all rich.
Oprah over here.
Yeah.
You get a car. You get a car. You get a car.
Yeah. I want to have a house on the beach, ocean front, and I want to have a house on a lake front. And I want to share it all. We turn that bitch into a trap house.
Woo! Welcome to my trap house. I love it, man. Obviously, we talk a lot about where you can make an impact. And I think in alignment with that is obviously being there. Every family has a one person that changes the generational bloodline, and I wholeheartedly believe that's me in my family for my bloodline. Love my family to death, always will. But I know with where I'm at in life compared to what I've seen and been a part of and witnessed is when I'm growing old and I have kids and grandkids, is that will not be the case. Obviously we all have our struggles, we all have our stories, but I wholeheartedly believe in that true. So I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
being that given mentality.
Yeah, it's kind of, you gotta ask yourself, like, who's it gonna be?
It's gotta be me.
It can only be me.
No one else.
No one's gonna do it but me. And then looking around, you're like, I guess I have to do it now. You know, like,
Yeah, it's just like, all right, I'll do it myself.
is it gonna be your brother, your siblings? You know, no.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It's just it takes a certain person to understand where they're at in life, where they want to be, and what they need to do to get there.
You know, I made a decision at a young age that it was kind of like society. This is getting deep. Society. I like in high school, I was like 14. I was like mad because I'm like, life's not fair. And society, this whole game where we're like, what the fuck is this? What's going on here? This is dumb. Why are there rich people and poor people? Like, you're just still trying to figure it out. Right. And then you're like, okay, so what are my options? What are my options here? To play the game or don't play the game? Well, if I decide not to play the game that I don't like, get a job, go to work, make money, right? That whole thing. If you decide not to play the game, what does your life look like? You look homeless. And maybe that's, out on the streets, maybe that's out in nature. To me, I'm like, that doesn't sound like a very good life that I want to live. Okay, so what's the other option? Play the game. Okay. In a different way. And if I'm going to play the game, I'm going to play to win.
And I'm going to play it myself. I'm going to play it in my own way, right? Because the game of life, everyone has their own way of living it.
Right.
And we've chosen a life where there is no ceiling, but you do still have to work that much harder to make sure that your floor is still higher than what a potential ceiling could look like.
For sure, 100%. And I love going all in on things. I'm just 0-100, no balance, no gray area. It's either you're in or you're out. Like,
so let's talk about
not too hot, not too cold.
Let's talk about extreme McCall. There's an extreme moment in your life a couple of years ago. Talk to us about that. When you drank a little too much Kool-Aid.
It was a Tom Ferry conference. I should probably bleep that part out.
Fuck that. We're leaving it in. Keep going.
I went to a Tom Ferry conference and whatever. And so I'm reading all these books, Tony Robbins, wow, we're really going for it.
We're fucking sending it, bro.
Goddamn. All right, so I became obsessed with all things good and cut out everything bad. And I started absorbing everything good, self-improvement book. And in Tony Robbins' book, damn, this is not good. Part of it is about health. It's a book called The Ultimate Power. And there's a health chapter, and he says, hey, listen, water is not that good for you. It's filled with chemicals and chlorines and all this stuff. You should be getting all your water from fruits and vegetables. So I was like, cool, water's out.
Just to jump in, there is some truth to that. There's healthier water you can drink other than fucking tap or filtered sink or fridge water.
Yeah. And so I stopped drinking water. I ended up getting hospitalized, pneumonia. I got really sick. And that's when you realize you were out of your mind.
And that's where the extremity of being extreme one spectrum or the other.
Right. So, yes, you do need to keep yourself in check. Keep that ego in check. Because, you start thinking you're God when you can create and manipulate your reality through your thoughts. And God doesn't need water. So that's what happened. But yeah, circling back to the all in, all out. I forget what we
just talking about life, right? You got to be all in to make it to the top. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out of life.
Yes, perfect. Yes. So if you're gonna play the game, in my view, you play to win, right? Because that's baseball. You play to win, right? And okay, the other thing too is I don't want any doubt that if I was 50, like just getting by, just got like a regular 9 to 5 job, getting paid by the hour, living for the weekends, whatever, like, well, good paying, pays great or not, whatever. My biggest fear was getting old and looking back and being like, what if I tried? What if I tried? Like what if I gave it 100%? What would happen? And I've discovered that when you give something 100% or 110%, the odds of you winning are like very high. Like it's very unlikely that you're gonna fail.
And the mindset is, even if you don't make it to where you want to be, you're a lot further than if you didn't try at all. So you're not losing, you're just fucking learning and leveling up. And there's so many things I want to dissect on that, because you know how I am on social media. You know what I post about, you know what I implore about, you know what I try to offer to the world, and that's up here, right? So I have a saying that I often talk about is, when I'm on my deathbed, do I want to be the person that said, "Oh well, at least I gave it a shot," or I want to be the one sitting there saying, "What if I just tried a little harder?" And I fucking refuse to be that person.
Exactly.
You have to be the person that goes for it. You have to take the chances. You have to take the risk. The reward is so much higher than just fucking settling, and I will never fucking settle. So I love you for that.
And even if you fail, you can hold your head up high saying, I gave it my all. It always goes back to sports, right? I guess this is just my, but like your coaches always taught you, put it on the fucking field, and then you leave it on the field. Like if you win or lose, you hold your head high because you gave it your all.
That's it. You have to be able to tell yourself, I did the best that I could with the knowledge, skill, wisdom that I had at the time that I did it. And as long as those answers are yes, then you're okay.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah, 100%. So I can I can die on my deathbed and be so happy with that and go, yeah, I sent it, full send, you know. Hashtag still gonna send it, baby. You know.
Full fucking send, baby.
Still gonna send it, baby.
That's it. Still doing it. We're gonna be 65, 70, still sending it on our shared beach house in fucking San Diego. Love that.
I'm like a vegetable. I'm like, still gonna send it.
Full send. Bro, I can't thank you enough. It's been a hell of a fucking day with you. I'm excited to kind of see where the future takes both of us, especially as a crew. Appreciate you for joining.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you guys for checking out another episode of Dag Life Podcast with Ryan Mighty McCall. I'll see you next time.